Now, the Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission has announced an increase in Nigeria's oil and condensate reserves. The Chief Executive Officer of the Commission, who made the announcement in Abuja, declared Nigeria's total oil and condensate reserves, it's about 37.50 billion barrels, and total gas reserves of 209.26 trillion cubic feet as official National Petroleum Reserves position as of 1st January 2024. Helena Samede King's report.
The provisions of the Industry Petroleum Act gives the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission the power to declare the nation's oil and gas reserves. The Chief Executive Officer, while declaring the reserves along other officials of the Commission, highlighted that crude oil and condensate reserves stand at 31.56 billion barrels and 5.96 billion barrels respectively, amounting to a total of 37.50 billion barrels. Associated gas and non-associated gas reserves stand at 102.59 trillion cubic feet and 106.67 trillion cubic feet respectively, resulting in total gas reserves of 209.26 TCF. The reserves life index stood at 68.01 years and 97.99 years for oil and gas respectively.
So to show the level of hydrocarbon capacity the nation is endowed with as one of the leading producers of hydrocarbon resources in the continent, and that is why we kept, remember we said that Nigeria alone boasts of over 33% of the total national endowment in Africa in terms of the gas reserve, and is deemed, Nigeria is equally, now the second largest producer of crude in Africa.
The Commission also revealed that it has developed a template guiding the activities for domestic crude oil supply obligation in a bid to foster a seamless implementation of the DCSO and ensure consistent supply of crude oil to domestic refineries.
The template, in effect, attempted to resolve 10 issues. By implication, there were 10 major issues that needed to be resolved that is for seamless implementation of the provisions of the domestic crude oil supply obligation in the Act that was leading to the challenges that we experienced. That is the industry that made us to intervene, step in as a regulator to resolve the issue between the producers and the refiners.
The Commission says this move conforms with the policy of the current administration and the declaration of President Tinubu that Nigeria is ready for business.
The template includes legal framework, procedure for domestic crude oil requirement allocation, payment instruments, currency of payment, and logistics scheduling. Helen Osamide Kings, TVC News, Abuja.